Coming up next, a Penn State building evacuated and damaged after a scary situation.
And then all of a sudden, this loud boom comes from the front of the classroom. It almost sounded like an explosion. It was so loud.
Plus, the longest government shutdown in U.S. history is finally over. But how long will flights be affected?
And the Center Film Festival showcases a unique experience at the movies.
You are an active participant in your experience. You are an active participant in your film.
The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Andrew Matz.
And I'm Anna LaCastro. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, a newly opened Penn State building evacuated and shut down after a scary incident. Now the focus is on the cause and what to do next. The problem happened 2 days ago on the University Park campus at the Susan Welch Liberal Arts Building just off Park Avenue. Reporter Alec Brown is there live with more. Alec?
Anna, the building here remains closed as engineers and experts continue to investigate what happened and why. It all started on Wednesday with a loud bang, followed by visual damage that sent people scrambling.
We thought that we were going to get smashed by the building. We thought we had seconds till it was going to come down.
Mariah Johnson's normal day in class quickly turned crazy.
I was playing Hay Day on my iPad.
Then everything changed.
And then all of a sudden, this loud boom comes from the front of the classroom. It almost sounded like an explosion. It was so loud.
Something caused a large crack in the building across multiple floors. Students and professors quickly evacuated the building and emergency services rushed to the scene. Firefighters had to rescue a student stuck on the 6th floor.
They had to force the door to get him out because the floor settled. That was all. Nobody got hurt.
Alpha Fire Chief Tony Barrena said teams rushed into the building that just opened this year.
Right now, the bomb squad's down there. Penn State Engineering, Building Engineering is down there. OPP steam crews down there in the basement trying to figure out what happened.
Students and employees left everything as they scrambled outside.
My laptop's up there, my car keys are up there. I can't really do much.
Penn State has only said the damage is the result of a localized structural issue and no foul play is suspected.
If it was an older building, maybe I would understand, things wear down, supports get older. But for a brand new building, something had to have gone wrong.
Johnson says it could have been much worse.
It really brought into perspective, life is not guaranteed. It really snapped me back into reality. Be grateful for every day.
Engineers from the Office of Physical Plant and outside experts will conduct a full exam to determine the cause. Students who had classes in the building should watch for communication from their instructor on where to meet next. Reporting live on campus, I'm Alec Brown. Back to you, Andrew.
Thanks, Alec. Also on the topic of building projects, Penn State has approved $43 million in funding for 3 of them. They include a renovation at an expansion at the Millennium Science Complex. Construction begins soon. There's also a renovation project at the 75-year-old McKee Hall dorm, which will cost $11 million. There's a $16 million project at Innovation Park to provide more space for the Applied Research Lab.
After going more than 4 months without a state budget, lawmakers and the governor have finally approved a new spending plan. Under the $50 billion No New Taxes budget deal, new authorized spending would rise by more than $2 billion. Almost all of the overall spending increase will go to Medicaid and public schools. Pennsylvania U.S. Senator John Fetterman is recovering in a Pittsburgh hospital after falling near his home. It happened after he felt lightheaded during a walk. Doctors say it was a heart issue and they're adjusting his medication. He suffered a stroke 3 years ago.
The federal government shutdown is finally over, but not everything is back to normal yet. Reporter Morgan Tupas is live in our studio with the story. Morgan?
Andrew, federal employees are finally going back to work after the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. But even with the reopening, things may not be going back to business as usual right away. After 43 days, President Trump signed a funding bill ending the historic shutdown. The bill funds most federal agencies until January 30th and will fund other parts of the government through next September. The government reopened yesterday after 6 weeks of missed paychecks, canceled flights, and SNAP cuts. But even with the shutdown over, there's still work to do.
People are hurting out there. I mean, they're getting hit with cost. Their parents trying to raise kids. Farmers been hit. I mean, this is not over by any means.
Officials say they're focused on working quickly to restore SNAP benefits to millions of people, but it could take up to a week for some to receive their aid. I'm Morgan Stupas reporting. Back to you.
Thanks, Morgan. With the shutdown over, airlines are scrambling to get back to full service. Kaylee Tallman traveled to Philadelphia Airport and has the story.
And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you.
As the shutdown ends, for air travel, that means about 15,000 air traffic controllers and about 65,000 TSA agents are finally getting paid again.
But I know like a lot of people have bills, things like that, family to take care of. It'd be crazy not to get paid for even more time than they already have.
The federal workers missed 2 paychecks. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says he understands the frustration over flight changes and cancellations.
We are concerned about people having flights delayed and having their flights canceled. That's a problem. But that is a secondary problem to safety.
Philadelphia Airport employee Ahmad Johnson says there's been plenty of passenger frustration.
As you know, just frustration, like having to leave early, might not being able to leave till the next week. It's just a lot going on.
With the government shutdown ending, cancellation and delays are expected to improve, and the Federal Aviation Administration says it's seeing staffing return to more normal numbers. But that being said, 6% of flights as of today are still canceled, costing airlines millions and providing an inconvenience to travelers. For United Airlines flights here in Philadelphia, that means 1 out of 15 flights per day have been canceled. Other major airports like Chicago O'Hare are still experiencing over 50 cancellations and 120 delays as of Thursday night. But experts say things should start improving for the busiest travel times of the year. November 22nd to December 2nd accounts for an estimated 31 million travelers. Airlines say they expect normal operations within 3 or 4 days after the 6% freeze order is lifted. I actually spoke with another United Airlines worker in Philadelphia who says he believes the lack of air traffic controllers is a more critical issue compared to TSA agents. He thinks there are bigger issues with the way controllers are treated, saying they're under an immense amount of pressure as it is, and not being paid while simultaneously being expected to work just amplified existing issues. I'm Kaylee Tallman reporting. Back to you.
Thanks, Kaylee. State College has named a new police chief. Joseph Merrill, who's been chief in Altoona for the past 4 years, will be sworn in January 5th. He'll take over for John Gardner, who's retiring after 35 years with the State College Police Department.
The Center County community honored veterans this week during annual Veterans Day events. At Penn State, keynote speaker Christopher Sabora shared stories of his service and recognized this year's Military Appreciation Week theme, celebrating Medal of Honor recipients. That theme has a special focus on Penn State alum Lieutenant Michael Murphy and his heroic efforts in Afghanistan. Events like this are a great way for local vets to meet.
I really enjoy this after part, of talking to people who I've never met before, like talking to guys that are out in the community that we may see walking around and not recognize a veteran. So this is a unique opportunity for us to kind of come together and talk about that service and hear the stories of those who are living around us.
Other events included a flyover at Bald Eagle State Park and a service at Union Cemetery in Bellefonte.
Still to come on the Center County Report, are we looking at more cold weather this weekend? We'll check the 7-day forecast.
And the countdown to Penn State's Thon is on. We take you to a special event. Also coming up, the Center Film Festival hosted a unique session with moviegoers watching in a new way.
The Center Film Festival continues this weekend. The event made its way onto Penn State's campus for a brand new exhibit. Nolan Collery reports.
Penn State's Art Museum closed the blinds, dimmed the lights, and welcomed film enthusiasts for a one-of-a-kind experience.
The Center Film Festival has always been an opportunity for filmmakers and film viewers alike to celebrate the medium. But this year, an exhibit at the Palmer Museum of Art is allowing people to get in just a little bit closer.
The virtual reality experience featured 6 different films, from the chance to soar like a bird to an up-close journey of historic Japanese art and literature. The event was curated by Diane Ekboa, who chose the movies and experiences to build around a central theme in her life.
I lead with empathy. As a human-centered design major, I lead with empathy. And so I wanted this experience to be empathy building and also introspective.
By blending together film and virtual reality, Diane's experience offered a different perspective from a typical viewing experience.
When you watch films, typically there is still you and then the screen. But with virtual reality, it sort of blends those lines so that now you are an active participant in your experience, you are an active participant in your film.
Diane is a Penn State senior. Even with a heavy course load, she finds time to be the lead curator of an immersive art experience. Her vision and work were not lost on the visitors.
I think people would just be blown away by the work that the students are doing. It's incredible. It really is.
In University Park, I'm Nolan Collery for the Center County Report.
The film festival begins on Monday and wraps up on Sunday night.
Thanks, Andrew. We got a nice shot outside of Beaver Stadium, and that's pretty much going to be the story for the rest of the day today. And in fact, the next few days, minus a few rain showers that we are expecting tomorrow. So here's our shot outside of Beaver Stadium. Just a few clouds in the sky, but no home game for us this weekend. The team's headed out to Michigan to play Michigan State. So next home game will be next weekend, though, against Nebraska. Temperature right now, 46 degrees, a little warmer than a few minutes ago. Wind at 7 miles an hour, though. Still a little bit breezy out there, but not like we saw earlier this week. In fact, speaking of this week, here's the snow totals that we saw back on Monday through Wednesday. Official up here in State College was a half an inch, but in Embro, the Erie Metro saw half a foot of snow. Du Bois saw 4 inches, and Scranton only saw 2.2 inches of snow. Here's what I'm watching, though. Temperatures are expected to be back to normal this weekend. Just a few nuisance showers tomorrow evening, and then some more wind coming in on Sunday and Monday. Here's the temperatures over the next 12 hours. You can see we're topping around 45 or 48 degrees, so about average for this time of year. In fact, if you look at the almanac, average high is 49. We're forecasting a high of 51, so about 2 degrees below average, but close enough, at least a lot closer than where we were earlier this week. Here's your temperatures across the state: 46 in State College, 42 in Clearfield. If we zoom out, though, 44 in Erie, 46 in Pittsburgh as well. So temperatures in the mid-40s right now, which would pretty much be where we are for the rest of today, though a little bit warmer in the upper 40s. Current satellite, futurecast rather, we're just seeing mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, maybe a few nuisance showers throughout this evening. But otherwise, though, today shouldn't be too bad of a day. Just a few clouds in the sky, which will actually help keep things warm overnight. So with that being said, today we're forecasting a high of 51 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Tonight, we'll actually bring those temperatures up compared to where we've been with that low of 33 degrees. That was actually a high temperatures back on Monday through Wednesday. So a bit of a different story this weekend compared to earlier this week. And then for tomorrow, we'll bring those temperatures up a little bit, even more, close to 60 with a high of 59. Those some possible afternoon showers. But that's really the only day that I'm watching for rain on that 7-day forecast. At least temperatures, though, will be a bit closer to average. In fact, a bit above average, especially tomorrow, almost 10 degrees above. So a lot different story this weekend compared to earlier this week.
Yeah, Daniel, hearing about a high of 51 for the day sounds like a tropical vacation compared to what we've been feeling recently, because in my opinion, at least, it has been so cold.
Yeah, it has been really cold, and I'm really excited I get the chance to go to Florida for Thanksgiving break, get a little tropical vacation. But you know where it's not tropical? In East Lansing, Michigan. So let's send it over to Michael Landis with sports.
Coming up in sports, it's a big night for Penn State's national champion wrestling team. And the Nittany Lions are still searching for a Big Ten football win after another heartbreaking loss. Hear from the coach next. I'm Michael Landis with sports. Penn State football is back on the road this weekend, still looking for its first Big Ten conference win of the season. But Coach Terry Smith says they're getting better. The land-grant trophy, bowl game implications, and 2 teams searching for their first Big Ten win of the season. Penn State heads to East Lansing to take on Michigan State, which also shares an 0-6 conference record. While the Nittany Lions have come up short the last few weeks, interim coach Terry Smith believes they're close and sharper than before.
The pencil sharpener is the storm that we're in that I've been talking about for weeks. And so we had to go back in. And so this week is, we're going to show a finished product of the pencil sharp and ready to write.
The land-grant trophy, awarded to the winner of the game between both land-grant universities, has been a tradition since Penn State joined the Big Ten in 1993.
It's one of my slides throughout the week. It's very important that we maintain control of the land-grant trophy. It's a good battle between two state universities in Michigan and Pennsylvania. And our guys take a little bit of pride in wanting to carry that trophy off the field.
Despite the team's losing streak, Smith emphasized the importance of staying positive in moments when they've had success.
We have to be happy for each other. Whether I score or you score, we scored. And we have to be happy and thankful in those moments. And, when you're the ultimate team player, success is going to walk up to your doorstep anyway.
Defensive back King Mack says regardless of everything that's happened this season, the team has moved on.
Honestly, we don't even think back to, all the games that been, everything that happened in the past, we leave it in the past. Now we're in this situation and all we could do is worry about the now, focus on the now.
Kickoff for tomorrow's game is at 3:30 p.m. and you can listen live on Penn State Com Radio with our broadcast team in East Lansing, Michigan. Now to high school playoff football. Tonight, the Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders welcome the Juniata Valley Hornets to Mansion Park for the District 6-1A Championship. The Bellefonte Red Raiders host the Shamokin Indians. The Red Raiders are on a 3-game winning streak while the Indians have a perfect record. And tomorrow, the State College Little Lions take on the Wilkes-Barre Wolfpack at Milton Area High School for Round 3 of the 6A playoffs. The Penn State wrestling team begins its defense of the national championship tonight. Reporter Nico Rodriguez has our preview.
The Penn State wrestling team kicks off their new season tonight against Oklahoma at the BJC. Coach Cale Sanderson is ready to go.
All the confidence in the world in our staff and the student athletes in our program. Going to give our best effort and have a lot of fun, see where we're at, and just climb from there.
Last year, the Nittany Lions went 15-0, won their 4th straight national title, and broke the NCAA record for team points with 177 at the championship tournament. Redshirt freshman Connor Mirasola says the team mindset hasn't changed.
Yeah, we're prepared, we're ready. It's what we've been preparing for, so it's just, go ready. We're excited to compete and excited to show what we got.
Penn State wrestling always has a strong bond. Last season, Aaron Nagao had season-ending surgery and did not have a guaranteed spot when he came back. Nagao knew he wanted to stay with Coach Cale and Penn State.
I'm betting on myself and I'm trusting in God, and I know this is the place for me to be. And it gives me the best shot to accomplish all my goals. If I can't start here, then how am I going to win a national title?
When Penn State hits the mat this Friday night, their starting 10 might look a little bit different than it did last year. They went out and they brought in the most high-end additions possible.
Penn State added Rocco Welsh, an All-American from Ohio State, Masanosuke Ono, a world champion from Japan, and 2 of the top freshmen in the nation in Marcus Blaze and P.J. Duke. They also have 7 starters returning, but not all those spots are secured. Sanderson confirmed All-Americans Braden Davis and Tyler Kasek would be redshirting, opening up spots for the newcomers. In University Park, I'm Nico Rodriguez for the Center County Report.
Penn State has not lost a season opener in 14 seasons. The match against Oklahoma starts tonight at 6 in the Bryce Jordan Center. Penn State men's basketball is back on the court tomorrow. They play LaSalle in Philadelphia. The Nittany Lions are now 3-0 after a 9-point win against Navy this week. Aggressive shooting led by redshirt junior Freddie DeLeon made it possible. Penn State recorded 38 bench points compared to the midshipmen's 6.
And we don't have a bench. We have an army. It's not I don't care who starts. It's going to change throughout the year. They really share the ball. They'll give up a good shot to get a great shot.
And the Lady Lions are also heading to Philadelphia to play St. Joe's on Sunday. They're coming off a 28-point win over Coppin State. The team remains unbeaten. Now to the ice. Penn State women's hockey returns to Pagula this afternoon to play Syracuse. The team is ranked 6th in the nation and looking to continue a program-best 12-0 start. And the men's team plays tonight at Pagula. After getting swept by number 1 Michigan State, they take on number 2 Michigan. Now, Anna and Andrew, I got to tell you guys, I'm really excited for this weekend. It's just that time of year. Playoff football, hockey, wrestling, basketball, all back. State College is going to be popping.
Yeah, I'm really hoping you get a chance to go to one of the Penn State-Michigan games this weekend, and also it's great to have Penn State wrestling back.
Oh yeah, I'm actually going to the wrestling match tonight. I always watch them on TV, but I've never gone in person, so I'm really excited. Thanks, Michael. Now coming up next, we just passed a milestone as one of the biggest Penn State events of the year approaches.
It's almost that time of year, 100 days until Penn State's Thon. Reporter Danielle Dempsey takes a closer look.
The countdown to Thon is on as the Penn State community celebrates 100 days till Thon weekend, the annual dance marathon for childhood cancer support and research. Tess Irma says she's been planning this week's event since the summer.
I just love being able to touch the lives of people that not only are Thon volunteers, but other people who might not know a lot about Thon or want to get involved but don't know how. And I feel like this is the perfect opportunity that everyone comes together and sees the love in the air and just like a little taste of what Thon weekend is like.
People attending enjoyed a silent disco, activities, photo booths, a family stories room, and a Four Diamonds family speaker. And of course, no Thon event is complete without a line dance. 13 volunteers donated their hair to Wigs for Kids, a nonprofit that makes custom-made hair replacements for children who've lost their hair.
Such an exciting moment, so much emotions go into it. So seeing them get their ponytails, shake them in the air, like the smiles on everyone's faces, and then hearing what they have to say afterwards about how they're feeling, it kind of is one of those moments that reminds us why we do what we do.
Deirdre Riley said this wasn't her first time donating her hair.
Growing up being a redhead, I always got compliments from like strangers, and it like boosted my confidence a lot as a child. So now I hope to be able to pass that on to someone else.
100 Days also celebrates the end of the Dream Forward campaign, a 17-day fundraising push. This year's goal was $1.25 million, but they topped that goal with a record-breaking total, just over $2 million. In University Park, I'm Danielle Dempsey for the Center County Report.
The 46-hour dance marathon is set for February 20th to 22nd in the Bryce Jordan Center.
It'll be here before you know it. That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us Tuesday for our next local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report X, and you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good weekend.